Hi, everyone. It's Robbie Rozelle, the A&R director of Broadway Records and beloved cabaret icon and really gay icon, but cabaret icon. I'm really excited today because we are celebrating one of my favorite albums, one of my favorite projects. We released it 2 years ago, and we never got a chance to celebrate it. So today's the day, and you're here with us, and we've got some special guests. I'm thrilled. The guest today is known for her turns on Broadway in Bridges of Madison County and Fiddler on the Roof. She was recently seen out of town in the Broadway forthcoming Becoming Nancy. And, she was green once. And twice, actually. We recorded this album between the first time being green and the second time being green, and I'm going to bring her in. It's my life wife, Jessica Vosk.
What?
It begins. Hi.
How the hell long has it been?
I just said, off screen, I haven't seen you since December. Whenever Marissa did my talk show. Because you were out of town.
It doesn't. Oh yeah, that's right. I was out of town. Look, I was out of town apparently before the Coco took hold, and since the Coco was in New York apparently in November, December, we were all in there together, and we had no idea.
No, none. So first of all, wear a mask, world.
Please, y'all.
Come on.
Masks.
Come on, because I'd like to hug my friend.
I would like to hug my friend. I would like to talk to my friend in person. Yeah, and even though that's okay with a mask, still in a year, I'd like to not use a mask. I'd like to see how Andrew Lloyd Webber does with his vaccination station.
Did you see those photos?
I sure did. I mean, did we all think though, holy shit, I hope he survives the vaccine.
Sure, he's got cats too to write.
That's where my mind went. I was like, oh my God. Midnight, not a sound from the Coco. You guys,
wait,
it's
come on. You've seen that video of Celine Dion, right? Singing Memory in a full cat's regalia?
Yes, because she's only the queen of everything.
Right. Well, I felt it was important to ask you. Listen, I mentioned that you were once green twice because you did the tour and then you did it on Broadway, but we recorded truly your most important project, Wild and Free, in between.
You know what? Honestly, and a lot of people don't know this because we never really had the chance to talk about the album in this way, but nobody knew that when we were in the midst of recording the album, I didn't know I was doing Wicked on Broadway yet.
Right.
So I was just like, that was the big thing at the moment, was like, I got done with Wicked on tour, the album, we were able to get the album done, and that was it. I literally had no idea, I think till the end of recording it, that I booked the 15th anniversary.
It was wild. That whole time was wild because you finished the tour and then we did the show Being Green. We had that run of Being Green. Right. And a lot of this album, we were trying out things for this album with that show.
Yeah, that's right.
And then we recorded it. I got secretly married and did a Pride show, went away while the album was being mixed, and you booked Wicked on Broadway. It was like, blah, okay, great. It was so fast.
Yeah, and that all of that stuff being put into motion was truly insane, because it's a year later since I left Wicked, and now we're in a pandemic, and I still haven't caught up on everything. And that's the crazy part. It's like you do a Broadway show. I did it 10 months. And you add the 15th anniversary aspect of it, and you don't have a life. You don't have a life.
You were on TV every second.
And while it was amazing,
everywhere,
it has been an effing journey, let me tell you. And you learn a lot about yourself and what you're capable of. But at that point, in my life, it's so amazing that we even got the album done and mixed and out before I booked Wicked, because once Wicked started, I don't remember that time, because that's how insane
you had no
it was.
time. I can tell you, because my office was a block away from the Gershwin and I never saw you.
Yeah, it was.
You were so busy.
It was that crazy. So my immense thanks to everybody for hanging in there through all the craziness, because I know it feels like 2 years is such a long time, but it's also, it flew by so fast for me, because half of that time was a year doing Wicked on Broadway and having the chance to sell it at the theater, which was also huge, and a lot of people coming to the stage door, and I got to sign their CDs, and that's just stuff that you don't forget. The first thing that you get to do as far as recording, which I've always wanted to do, is you don't, nothing sinks in until after it's over, and then you can look back on it. And
For sure.
And Wicked was so crazy that that now I am forced to have downtime and actually remember what it all was.
Yeah. And so 2 years ago this week, it's nuts. It's nuts. So 2 years ago this week, we released Wild and Free, and we're going to play the first song from it, which is Million Dreams.
Oh my God.
Greatest Showman. And we're going to talk about it after that. So this is Million Dreams, guys.
I close my eyes and I can see a world that's waiting up for me, that I call my own. Through the dark, through the door, through where no one's been before, and it feels like home. They can say it all sounds crazy. They can say I've lost my mind. I don't care, so call me crazy. We can live in a world that we design. 'Cause every night I lie in bed, the brightest colors fill my head. A million dreams are keeping me awake. I think of what the world could be, a vision of the one I see. A million dreams is all it's gonna take. A million dreams for the world we're gonna make. There's a house we can build. Every room inside is filled with things from far away. The precious things I compile, each one there to make you smile on a rainy day. They can say it all sounds crazy. They can say we've lost our minds. I don't care, so call us crazy. Run away to a world that we design. 'Cause every night I lie in bed, the brightest colors fill my head. A million dreams are keeping me awake. Vision of the one I see. A million dreams is all it's gonna take. A million dreams for the world we're gonna make. However big, however small, let me be part of it all. Come share your dreams with me. You'll make Every night I lie in bed, the brightest colors fill my head. A million dreams are keeping me awake. I think of what the world could be, a vision of the one I see. A million dreams is all it's gonna take. A million dreams for the world we're gonna make. A million dreams for the world we're gonna make.
I love that song.
I love that song.
I love
It's
you
because
on that song. Brenda is watching,
Oh.
first of all.
Brenda, one of
Yeah.
our like star donors and just an all-around amazing human being. And but the song I didn't realize, like, what choosing the song is like, okay, I love The Greatest Showman. Seems like a great song. Love Pasek and Paul. And it just seemed like a great fit. And it turned out to be one of the most popular on the album, I think.
Yeah, we used it in Being Green.
We used it in Being
Tried it
Green.
out there. And
Which
then,
was a hit and a half.
yeah, it was wild. So, Million Dreams, you are singing backup for yourself on it.
Yes, I am.
Which is, so tell me, what is that like in the studio for you as you are laying down harmonies over your own voice?
Oh, I love it. It's my favorite thing in the entire world. It's very much a la what Taylor Swift does. Hey, Taylor, how are you? Pleasure. She does, if you notice, she does all of her own harmonies in the studio, and then she has backup singers on tour and live. So like, and I'm also a huge fan and proponent of that, because nothing is going to sound or blend better with your voice than your own voice. So I'm a harmony freak, harmony whore. And I loved being able to harmonize with myself. Whenever I get the chance to, as far as recording is concerned, that's a huge plus for me. And this song lends itself to such great harmonies and such tight triad harmonies. It was a no-brainer, because when we did it live, we had harmony as well.
Yeah, Marty and Marissa, who are part of the family, sang harmony in the show. And interestingly, the show Being Green started with the next track and then went into Million Dreams, but we flipped it for the album because it was a great opening song. Million Dreams, like, that's making a record is like a huge dream come true.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah. So actually, here's a shot of you in the studio recording that song.
And one would say, is she cold? Is she feeling emotional? Is she holding on to something? Maybe a seltzer in her hand? No, it's because I was emotional.
There are people watching from everywhere in the world. I just want you to know, hi from Argentina. We've got somebody here. Greetings from Sweden.
Yay!
Sweden, come on. Channel Islands, not sure where you are, but like to visit it.
Well,
like
take me to that channel. I want to turn to that channel.
Right? Come on. And just people are watching from everywhere. They love you. Maggie misses the two of us so much.
Oh, Maggie.
She's not wrong. So
not wrong.
Let's talk about the second song. The second track is a mashup, as the kids call it, of Billy Joel and Elton John. And how did that begin?
Big old fan of Billy Joel. Big old fan of Elton John. I'm a girl who grew up with like rock and pop, and most of the people who have listened to this album, if anybody's listened to it, you know I'm not a typical Broadway chick. I do not call myself a jazz hands Jessica. I am more so like a let's put it rolling with the homies, which is very much a 90s reference to Clueless. For those of you watching this who are a younger age than myself and Robbie, I about 700.
Call me old.
No. I'm calling myself.
I think you called me old.
I'm calling myself theatrically a theatrical elder, which in theater years, like when kids graduate now and from college, they're like, oh my God, I'm not even 21 and I am going to Broadway. Where I was like, you know what? Let me try a couple of careers out for a second. Let me hate myself. And then let me try for Broadway at age 30. So I'm basically 700 in theater years. That's what we're calling it.
I like to think of you as Grandma Willow from Mulan, the tree that just sings.
Correct.
Sage advice.
Correct. What do I always tell people in master classes who've taken class with me? That's right. Guys. Ground yourself. So be a tree.
Be a tree. Wow.
FFS. Anyway,
wow.
I'm a huge fan of rock and pop, and that's why you see a lot of that on the album. And these songs just went together so well. Goodbye Yellow Brick Road was an ode to the fact that I had just said goodbye to the Wicked tour. And I was like, ta-ta. And then The Entertainer is just such a good Billy Joel song. What a lyrical genius. I don't know what this means, but I think it means...
I'm clear.
I think it means holding on to the joy.
Thank you, God. I do want to say, this is a fun fact for the people who have seen our live shows that we've done. You wanted to open the very first one we ever did with The Entertainer.
Yeah.
And I said, maybe let's revisit those lyrics because like verse 2, it gets a little like, but when we circled back to it for Being Green and combined them together, I think it's perfect.
It worked the second time around.
Yeah. You know what? If you are tenacious and you come back to it, you can find a way to make it work. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, take a lesson, everybody. So after the Coco Roro, be tenacious AF and come back to the world.
Be a tree.
Be a tree.
This is The Entertainer.
I am the entertainer, and I know just where I stand. Another serenader and another long-haired band. Today I am your champion. I may have won your heart, but I know the game. You'll forget my name, and I won't be here in another year if I don't stay on the charts. I am the entertainer. I bring to you my songs. I'd like to spend a day or two, but I cannot stay that long. I've got to meet expenses. I've got to stay in line. Gotta get those fees to the agencies that I love to say, but they're bills to pay, and I just don't have the time. When are you gonna come down? When are you going to land? I should have stayed on the farm. I should have listened to my old man. You know you can't hold me forever. I didn't sign up with you. I'm not a present for your friends to open. This voice too young to be singing the blues. Big road where the dogs of society howl. You can't plant me in your penthouse. I'm going back to my plow, back to the howling old owl in the woods, hunting the horny champion. I may have won your heart, but I know the game. You're forgetting my name, and I won't be here in another year if I don't stay on the charts.
First of all, incredible. Second of all, I have to make a vast apology because I said that Grandma Willow was from Milan, and it's from Pocahontas.
Well,
because I'm a garbage human.
Well, I didn't want to say it. I also didn't.
I know. I love that mashup. I love that mashup.
God damn it, that mashup's good.
It's
Siri,
so
get me
good.
Elton's phone number. Cool.
When was the last time you listened to this record?
I don't know.
Wow.
I don't know. But the cool thing about it is that a lot of people, a lot of people still listen beyond. Why is that? Beyond me. But I'm so effing thankful. And when they do listen, a lot of people do post, versions of songs and stuff. Whenever I've done concerts or appearances following this album, it's usually, people love to hear the tried and true, like, please sing Million Dreams, sing, Masterpiece, sing, so I don't get to listen to all the songs on here.
Sure.
And a lot of, all of them have very special meaning. I chose them with very solid intentions. There's reasons that they're on the album. It wasn't just like, I like these songs.
Here's some songs.
A
Right.
very long time, as obviously people who make albums know. This shit's hard to do.
Do you remember the first list we made for this? It was a whole different set list.
Probably.
Yeah.
Because naturally I probably came in and I was like, I want to sing some Celine Dion and a little bit of Mariah with a side of Whitney. And
friends, she was bringing us songs until like 2 days before we entered the studio.
It's a true story.
One song came in like 2 days before.
It's a true story, thanks to Alison Krauss. I think that might have been
that one and track 4, but we'll get to that in a minute.
Yeah, we'll get to it in a minute.
Yeah. We also, it's a highly curated set list. Tell me what drew you to What Baking Can Do from Waitress.
Hello, who loves Sarah Bareilles? My name is Jessica Vosk. The management company in my current building I own and might not know my name, but I know it, and you know it too.
Do you have AC yet? That's important.
I have air conditioning. I'm sitting here in my living room, and Mama is sure about it. Oh, Susie! Yeah.
She loves you. We all love you.
I'm sorry, what was the question? Oh yeah, I remember. I love Sarah. I've listened to her albums, of course, since she originally, came on the scene. I was always such a huge fan of hers. When I found out she was writing Waitress, I got the, first sneak peek of all the songs. I was obsessed. What Baking Can Do used to be another song. And it was that previous song was cut, and What Baking Can Do became the song. I just think it's so genius. Lends itself, my brother and I covered it before we put it on this album. Lends itself beautiful guitar on this album. And
we should say the guitarist on this album, Brian Loomis, is Barbra Streisand's guitarist.
Yeah. Oh, what a hack. Yeah.
Who?
Yeah. Who? I had him actually test a different timing out on the guitar for this song, which was great. And then I also, our percussionist / drummer, Jamie Eblin, also the great part is that I love to produce. So anything, sitting in a studio for me, it's like, I want it to sound exactly the way I want it to sound. I know I'm particular and type A, whatever, you guys are crazy. And it was really important to me. And so we talked about like how percussion should sound, exactly sort of like that guitar lick, because it was different when my brother did it. Very much how Vanilla Ice was like, remember what Vanilla Ice was like, Under Pressure is dun 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 dun. He's like, but when I do my song, Ice Ice Baby, it's dun 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 gung 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 gung. Well, what Bacon can do, when my brother and I did it, was bum bum ba da da bum ba da da, and this one is bum bum ba da ba da ba da. You're welcome.
We're very technical here.
You're welcome for nobody and their mother who's following this, but just know there's a very slight difference in this recording than when I originally did it, and it makes my heart sore. And can we please listen to it?
Please. What Bacon can do.
Make it work, make it easy, make it clever, craft it into pieces, make it sweet, crimp the edges, or make it sour and serve with lemon wedges. Even doubt can be delicious, and it washes off of all the dirty dishes. When it's done, I can smile. It's on someone else's plate for a while. I'll place it on display. Then I'll slice and serve my worries away. I can fix this, I can twist it into sugar, butter, covered pieces. Never mind what's underneath it. I have done it before. I'll bake a mixture to help me get through. I learned it from you, Mama. It's amazing what baking can do. Make it up and surprise them. Tell them all my secrets, but disguise them so they dance on the tongues of the very people that their secrets from. Make it soon, make it better, though better never lasts forever. I'll make it small so it fits even this, even now, even as the walls come tumbling down, even as I can't stop remembering how every door we've made we never once walked out. Something I never got the chance to ask her about. So with flour on my hands, I'll show them all how goddamn happy I am. Sugar, butter, flour, don't let me down. Let's see the next amazing thing baking does now.
Ta ta ta.
I wish everybody could see the dance party lip syncs that you're giving me.
I wasn't lip syncing. I was literally, when I'm singing these songs, I'm
Yeah.
harmonizing myself. I know it's all it's sitting here. I just put it on my Instagram story. I was like, make it soon, make it better, though better never lasts. I'm doing a literal lip sync of harmony to myself because I've not ever gotten to do that.
For that.
And to Andrew, Andrew's like, I'm so sad I never got to see Jessica as Jenna in Waitress on Broadway because I wasn't in it. But you know, because I wasn't in it. But I am in it right now in my own house. Every time that I marry Mitchell Campbell, who also produced / is my musical director of life and also the director of my heart in most circumstances.
This Mary Mitch?
Oh my God, this she is. I know she might be watching right now because she texted me. And
Michael Kreuter, who also is one of the producers of the album.
One of the producers, and
he's watching too.
And Michael Kreuter, the extraordinary studio owner, he's truly one of the best in the business, and I'm very thankful to him every single day. But I loved doing this so much, and Mary Mitchell, yet again, every time we do it, now we do different songs from Waitress, just to spice it up a little bit, you guys. But it's always such a dream and such a treat. I can't believe I got to do it with all of these people. You know what I mean? You're sort of like, holy crap.
Do I? I was one of the few people who sat in the studio every day to just watch it all and just like soak that in. I'm the luckiest human alive.
It was really cool. And now every time I do it live, I'm always like, sugar, butter, flour. Am I going to hit that note? Don't let me die. Okay, there it is.
You got it. Now, one of the things that we love to do, that I love to do, is make you Celine a musical. And we're going to run this a little bit through the interview. Can you Celine a little bit of Waitress for us?
She seemed perfect, but she did. She is good, but she likes. She is hard on herself. She is broken and won't ask for help. She is
So grateful.
But she's kind. She is lonely most of the time. She is all mixed up and bad and a beautiful pie. She's gone, but she used to be mine.
Sometimes there's God so suddenly. And it's when you Celine a musical. Here's the thing. This was a running gag that we would do. I would appear. Spindrift? You've heard of it? It was actually the official drink of the studio while we were recording Spindrift.
Mm-hmm. And they know it.
Yeah. So I would just appear and be like, okay, we have a contractual thing. You need to Celine 3 musicals and throw them at you, and you never knew what they were.
That's true. That's a true story.
So we're going to do that through this, just so you know. All right, let's talk a little bit about Brand New Key.
This is also one that I was like, you guys, here's a song from the 70s that is, I was driving in my vehicle one day, and I heard it because somebody covered it who was on The Voice, or The Voce, as you will. And they covered it, and I was like, oh my God, I have not heard this song in 1,100 years. I want to do it. I think we need to do it. That was also one that I was like, this is a change. This song has to be on the album.
Last minute.
And
I truly said the roller skating song? And you were like, yeah.
And I was like, yeah.
Oh, yeah, because you were warming up.
Yeah. Well, I got a brand new pair of rollers. It all sits up there. It sits right there.
But because of Mary Mitchell too, she completely lifted it out of like the R&B way that it was written, and it becomes like this Dolly Parton cover almost.
Yeah, and I love country music, as we all know. Mm-hmm. I also love Dolly Parton. I also love the fact that we got to sort of do like our own vibe of it, if you will, percussion and guitar. And the very end, I riff at the end, and that was a one-take riff. Remember that? One
Time Wonder. So she hums like she's Streisand through the end of the song and made it up on the spot. We never recorded a second version, not even for safety.
Safety third, kids, but we never did.
No,
We never did.
this is Brand New Key.
I rode my bicycle past your window last night. I roller skated to your door at daylight. It almost seems like you're avoiding me. I'm okay alone, but you got something I need. Well, I got a brand new pair of roller skates. You got a brand new key. And I think that we should get together and try them out, you see. I've been looking around a while. You got something for me. Oh, I got a brand new pair of roller skates. You got a brand new key. I ride my bike, I roller skate, don't drive no car. Don't go too fast, but I go pretty far. For somebody who don't drive, I've been all around the world. Some people think I've done alright for a girl. Well, I got a brand new pair of roller skates. You got a brand new key. And I think that we should get together and try them out, you see. I've been looking around a while. You got something for me. Oh, I got a brand new pair of roller skates. You got a brand new key. I asked your mother if you were at home. She said yes, but you weren't alone. Sometimes I think that you're avoiding me. I'm okay alone, but you got something I need. Well, I got a brand new pair of roller skates. You got a brand new key. And I think that we should get together and try them out, you see. I've been looking around a while. You got something for me. Oh, I got a brand new pair of roller skates. You got a brand new key. Ooh.
Oh, you're still making up the riff? It's still going?
Oh, that was
Come on, tasty.
Ugh.
That's also that was the song we debuted on Billboard for the album, like the track that we gave them as a first listen.
Oh, get out! Really?
Yeah, So that was the first track that went out after the Kickstarters all got the album. That we debuted it with that song on Billboard, and then you charted on not one, not two. Where's my camera? Not three, 4 charts. Tell me what that was like.
I don't even really know. I mean, I remember because I was doing Wicked.
Sure were.
And I remember getting to work and finding that out. No. Let's rewind. Rewind. Oh shit, there she is.
There she is.
There
First
she
time
is.
you saw the album in your hand.
That's right. And pink goes good with green bitches.
I've heard.
I'm also known to reapply a lip. But I remember I was driving up from the shore. That's what we call it in Jersey, because I was dating this guy at the time, who was a doctor, and I was driving up from the shore, and I had gotten the info that the album charted, and I had to do Wicked that night, but I had let my makeup artist Craig Jessup and I had let one of the makeup / hair guys at the show, Rob Harmon, know that it charted, and they brought they spelled out on my mirror, Billboard, in gold sticky letters. And they made themselves black shirts that said like Billboard JV or something. It was the cutest thing. You know, it just, you know, you feel cool in those moments when you chart on Billboard and you think
because if you thought like me, I thought, well, we had all the Kickstarters. Those are the albums, you know, and it'll sell at Wicked. But like, I had no idea that it would jump to the top of iTunes and then chart. I blew my mind.
It was insane because just to make an album, period, I thought that I was winning at life. And I was winning at life. And everybody who supported the album and who made it happen, because it was everybody who made the album happen financially, that I was like, my life is made. Like anything else is a cherry on top and like, you know, with no nuts. And then that happened and I was like, oh my God, this is the coolest thing ever. I've always wanted to record an album. I can't believe I got to do it #1. And then it charted on the boards. And then you think to yourself like, wow. Also, you know, other celebrities like a T Swift, like an Ariana Grande, like a Demi Lovato, if you will, are on those boards. And then you think to yourself like, I guess I'm with those chicks. Driver. Right? You know, meanwhile, I mean bicycle. I got a brand new pair of roller skates.
Trying to back up.
Bicycle, you know, and you
just
have
up.
to back up.
The next track is a mashup. And it was born, from the show we did at Joe's Pub called You Asked For It. And it was born out of a story about Stephen Sondheim. And I would like you to tell that story because it leads right into this song.
Is it the one about sitting at the bar together?
Yep, sure is.
Okay, well, and you know, Robbie, you're the one who really got this mashup put together. So that's your brain. However, I will say this. When I met Sondheim for the first time, I hadn't done anything with him. Subsequently, I've done New York City Center Encore's Merrily We Roll Along and the New York Philharmonic version of Company when I was first starting out, when I left finance and decided to jump into the very lucrative world of show.
The cool waters of
show business. Cool waters of show business that are now very lukewarm. But before any of that, I was still in finance and I was going to see a show at the Public. And I was across the street at that bar, which is still there. And I had gotten like an appetizer. I know I was seeing Sideshow at the Public because it's Sondheim. And Roadshow. Mm-hmm. Yep. And that's what I meant because I am a theater
goddess.
Donato who knows about everything Broadway. So I was just testing you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Did I win?
Roadshow, thank you. And I realized to my right was Sondheim. And I was like, oh, shit. Oh my God. And so I ordered my food and I said to the bartender, sir, if you could just make sure there's no nuts, no sesame, no shellfish. I am allergic to all those things. I will go into anaphylactic shock. I have my EpiPen, but I have to see this show tonight, and it's really important to me that I see it. So can't have any of that stuff in that salad. And Sondheim turned to me and he was like, you can't eat any of that. You're allergic to all of it. And I said, yeah, I am. And he said, there's no reason to live.
And that's how this mashup was born.
When I was younger, so much younger than today, I never needed anybody's help in any way. But now these days are gone, I'm not so self-assured. Now I find I changed my mind, I've opened up the door. Help me if you can, I'm feeling down. And I do appreciate you being around. Help me get my feet back on the ground. Won't you believe Somebody hurt me too deep. Somebody sit in my chair and ruin my sleep and make me aware of being alive. And now my life has changed in oh so many ways. My independence seems to vanish in the haze. But every now and then I feel so insecure. I know that I just need you like I've never done before. Make me confused, mark me with praise. Let me be used, vary my days. Help me if you can, I'm feeling down, and I do appreciate you being around. Help me get my feet back on the ground. Somebody crowd me with love. Somebody force me to care. Somebody make me come through. I'll always be there, as frightened as you, to help us survive. Being alive, being alive, being alive.
Half of me was like, oh, could she please just be Bobby and Company?
Oh
please?
man, I would love to be able to do that. I sure would.
I would like you to Celine some Company right now.
Oh, okay. Bobby, 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 darling, Bobby, you got me for dinner. You can drive a person crazy. You can drive a person mad. Do, 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 do. Make a person feel so hazy. I don't
Thank
know
you.
the lyrics, Robbie.
That seems correct. That's generally the way it is.
I can understand the person.
The next song was a later edition.
What was it?
It's The Music That Makes Me Dance.
Oh,
And it's really a duet between you and Mary Mitch.
could that woman
Come on.
be more talented? Honestly, though.
Could she?
First of all, she does
What was
everything.
she working on at the time? She was working on Mean Girls at the time.
Of course she was. And she
Yeah.
was also doing
And The
700
Prom.
other things. The Prom, Mean Girls. She runs A-Step, which everybody who follows me knows that A-Step is a huge deal for me because it's a nonprofit. It's all just I don't know how she does it. I had the chance to visit her a couple of days ago, and again, she's the multitasker of all multitaskers. She could be on the phone while making a pie, which she does now. She made a pie, she's on the phone, but she's also on a Zoom, but she's still able to walk the dog.
Mary Mitch, I would like a pie.
This is all at the same time. Her pie,
Wow.
by the way, real good.
What kind was it?
'Twas an apple pie, and it was also a cherry and peach pie.
Well, now I'm horny.
Blue eyes.
But this was a later addition to the album because you sang the song with the ballet.
I did sing it with the New York City Ballet for our Jerome Robbins tribute. It is from Funny Girl. It is not in the film version of Funny Girl, but it is the Broadway version of Funny Girl, which if it were to ever come back to Broadway, come close to me, real close. Hold on. If Funny Girl ever comes back to Broadway, I would love to be considered for the role of Funny Girl. In Funny Girl, I'm talking to anyone
who wants to help me. I will do whatever it takes. I don't know if I need to look younger, but I believe in Botox. Okay.
I feel like we were manifesting it by putting this song on the record. This is the music that makes me dance.
I add 2 and 2, the most simple addition, then swear that the figures are lying. I'm a much better comic than mathematician, 'cause I'm better on stage than at intermission. And as far as the man is concerned, if I've been burned, I haven't learned. I know he's around when the sky and the ground start in ringing. I know when he's near by the thunder I hear in advance. His words and his words alone are the words that can start my heart singing. And his is the only music that makes me dance. He'll sleep and he'll rise by the light of 2 eyes that adore him. Bore him it might, but he won't leave my side for a glance. In every way, every day, I need less of myself and need more him. 'Cause his is the only music that makes me dance. 'Cause his is the only music that makes me dance.
Hold it for a year. Hold it for a year.
God, that's a hard song.
Yeah. Yeah. But God, I just want to hear you sing the entire
Weird.
score. I have this cast in my head. I would like you and Mauricio Martinez to do
Same.
it together. Great. This is really good. I do feel like we're missing people of the family, so I'm just going to throw up a picture
Oh,
of some people that we love because they're so important to us. And I'm getting Grindr notifications that Marty and Marissa are here.
God. Oh my.
Hi.
Wait, Marty and I were just talking about Grindr.
We really were.
Yeah, makes sense.
Were you really?
This morning.
We talk about Grindr way too much, and neither one of us are currently on Grindr, but at one point we had a joint account.
We did.
You had a joint account?
Well, we were doing shows every week at New World Stages in the little bar there.
Yeah.
And like we put a little logo that was a cartoon of us together as our profile. And right as soon as showtime was about to start, we'd write everybody who was within 100 feet and say, come on down to the green room. We're going to do a show in a few minutes. And like every once in a while, our cartoon would get a picture, like a message that said something like, what are you wearing? And Marissa would be like, sequin tutu.
I mean, that's kind of genius, though. Like,
Like that.
somebody says they remember the joint account. You guys, somebody says that they remember the joint account.
Joshua
Hink,
Hink. I love
who
that
is-
man.
He's the genius behind the Disco Sondheim album.
That we listen to daily. But yeah, we got banned from Grindr because we were apparently using it for the wrong reasons.
Yeah, but you know what? Here's the thing. What are the right reasons? You know what I mean?
I'm going to let Marissa answer this one.
We needed a fabulous gay GPS, and we found one.
Nailed
it.
I love a gay GPS.
Yeah.
Yeah, Marty and Marissa abusing social media since the old days.
Oh, Michael downstairs is saying hello.
Oh my God.
Hello.
You know, I would say Michael is my gay GPS. Because when we walk around the neighborhood, because we live in the same building, and so thank God I have a person who I know that lives in the same building, and we take our walks around the neighborhood, and he's really taught me how to really find the best looking gentleman in the neighborhood. So much so that I was Marco Poloing a friend of mine the other day, and yesterday, and I was on my phone like this in the car, right, and I went like this, and you know, hello, sir. God bless you. God bless you for being so handsome. I know you're gay. I love you. And it happens to me at least 16 times a day.
Yeah, but ours backfired once. Well, it didn't backfire, actually. We were doing our show, and we were, like, looking through Grindr, and we were like, oh, my God, this guy's eyes are so pretty. Telling our audience, like, living
Talking
their dreams.
about him.
We're talking about a guy. Cut to, like, after the show, he's like, stop talking about me. I'm here. I love your shoes. And he was, like, fully in the audience.
But did you pick him up? Yes or no? Circle one.
I didn't. I can't speak for Marissa. She's wild and free is what
She is.
Oh,
Also
honey.
the name of the album.
What a good use of that word on such a beautiful day.
That'd be good.
Are you not a marketing genius? Marty,
So-
can you show everybody your shirt who doesn't understand just from seeing the saltines on top?
Miss Cracker!
I'm so in. I'm so in.
Love.
So let's talk about.
I unplugged myself being cute.
And you know what? I say that at
Going
least
great.
16 times a day as well.
Mm.
I really do.
And as the bionic grandmother, I just unplugged myself.
The
Yes.
Bionic Grandmother, your sophomore album.
Yeah. Oh, not a bad idea. So Marty and Marissa, you guys have been so central to like Jessica in concert, etc. Talk to me about coming in to record you're on two songs on the record. You're on this, which is Nobody's Side from Chess, which Jess and I call the Julia Murney special.
Yes.
Uh-huh. And you're also on Woke the Fuck Up. Explicit.
Explicit,
What-
guys. Earmuffs.
What was it like to come into what was the studio like that day for you guys? I'll go with Marissa first.
Me? Okay.
Yeah, me.
I love that studio. I just love that particular space. It just feels like a little home, and I've been there many times before, so I didn't feel as scared and crazy. And then when I come in and see y'all there, and it was just all my favorite people. The only thing I get sad about is I like to torment Marty as often as possible, and they placed us in separate booths.
Yeah, that was awesome.
So that was like not a mistake on their part, probably.
No, we had
smart.
time.
Right. No, I understand. I just thought it was kind of magical. We walked in and you guys were recording strings, and
Yeah.
we just sat there and got to listen to live instrumental magic and couldn't wait to hear it all put together. And then getting to sing Jessica knowing exactly what she wants in the studio is the understatement of the season. And there's nothing more beautiful than a person who knows what they want. And then
I also want to say to all the men out there, I know exactly what I want. It's a treasure. Apply with it.
it applies to all facets of life. And then just getting to be with Mary Mitchell and sing with Marty, and I don't know, it was just a big old treat. That's it.
That's right.
My mother.
Your mom was there that day.
Oh, yes!
Yeah,
She was
had
there
come
that
in
day, and
for
Brenda
my
was
wedding
there.
that only Jessica knew about.
That's right. And I remember I got root nears made. Root
Yeah,
two
right near.
They live in my office.
Oh, look at this.
They're dry now. Yeah, there was like blueberries. They were beautiful. Couldn't wear them.
You can't eat them. They were heavy, and you couldn't eat the blueberries. And
but it does say, "Mr. Always Right."
Which, again, somebody who knows what he wants and knows how he feels. And
you mean Len?
But yes, Len, my lover. I also wanted to just say, Marissa means Yellow Sound Lab, which is a studio in town. I mean, I love a lot of studios in town, but that's up there. It's up there.
Yeah. And Marty, what was it like? Because you are also like, you are no stranger to a studio. You've released a spectacular record called Slow Dancing the Boy that everybody should go download and listen to immediately. But what was it like to pop into the studio and pop out those vocals so quick?
We had gotten together with Jessica and Mary Mitchell Campbell, obviously, to put together the tracks that we recorded for the album for a live concert, which was what they initially were intended to be. And that was really the joyful part for me, was the creation process of getting to sit down with some insanely, intensely talented women who I, like Jessica, love harmonizing and love finding parts and love finding creative, intricate ways to make a song work. And Marissa and I just kind of speak the same language. It was so cool that day for us to get to flank Jessica, and we were all just talking the same language that day. So the studio version of the song was just, it was just the cherry on top of getting to make it long lasting and make it kind of forever. That one day that we had gathered around Mary Mitchell and the piano, it was that was the magic for me, was that rehearsal.
But also, I mean, and we did it in Being Green, and Marty and Marissa, I like when we all got in Mary Mitchell Campbell's basement around the piano, and we were all doing the harmonies and stuff. It was just like we had this syncing thing together, when even if there were moments where it was like, never let a friend fool you twice, and it would be like twice, but a third up and a third under, and everybody would do it. And that was the coolest part, is that live we did that.
Yeah, it blew my mind. I remember that rehearsal because it, one, blew my mind, and two, Julia was there watching it happen, and I was truly just losing my gay mind. Let's listen to Nobody's Side, and then we're going to talk about the other song. This is Nobody's Side.
What's going on around me is barely making sense. I need some explanations fast. I see my present partner in the imperfect tense, and I don't see how we can last. I feel I need a change of cast. Maybe I'm on nobody's side when he gives me reasons to justify each move. They're getting harder to believe. I know this can't continue. I still a lot to prove. There must be more I could achieve, but I don't have the nerve to leave. Everybody's playing the game, but nobody's rules are the same. Nobody's on nobody's side. Better learn to go it alone. Recognize you're out on your own. Nobody's on nobody's side. The one I should not think of keeps rolling through my mind, and I don't want to let that go. No lover's ever faithful, no contract truly signed. There's nothing certain left to know, and how the cracks begin to show. Never and fool you twice. Nobody's on nobody's side. Never be the first to believe, never be the last to deceive. Nobody's on nobody's side. Never leave a moment too soon. Never waste the heart, never waste the heart. After nobody's on nobody's side. Never stay too long, never stay too long. Don't forget the best will go wrong. Nobody's side. Better learn to go it alone. Recognize you're out on your own. Nobody's on nobody's side.
We're just doing dances. Oh, look at Marissa. It's
It makes me so happy.
so
What's your favorite part of the song? Like, if you had a favorite part of Nobody's Side, as like our version, what is your favorite part?
Who are you
The riff.
asking?
Marissa and Molly.
The 3-part riff.
I mean, the riff's my favorite, but our first dance break that was choreographed was one of my favorite.
Oh yeah.
I think one of the highlights. But that riff was my favorite because that was just something that it was just one of those where we were just all like one human being. But then my favorite part live was watching how happy Jessica is when it goes right. I don't want to see it if it goes wrong. But I don't want to
No,
see
I
it.
don't want to see her face if something went wrong.
Listen, the only thing that went wrong during the run of those concerts was first night of what we used confetti
I'm going
cannons.
to kill you.
Marissa, never given a confetti a gun again.
We did
Well,
not have a
the
tech
first night-
rehearsal.
That's
Hey,
correct.
tech is expensive.
Yeah, especially for I still have 2 cannons though.
Oh
I've been
shit.
to, like shoot them off at like.
Oh, you
7
know what?
o'clock.
You have
Right.
to shoot them off when the Coco go bye-bye.
Yeah, it goes row. Row's
Yeah.
gonna. So confetti cannon, you like twist them and they shoot and spray confetti. And the first night we did the show, we did it at the end of the "Don't Rain on My Parade" "Beneath My Wings" spectacular. And Marissa aimed it in such a way where it hit, like the confetti hit a light, went down on a clump into somebody's Brussels sprouts.
Wasn't
And-
it somebody really spectacular? Wasn't it a celebrity?
You were.
Probably
You
like
just.
Stephen Arenas or
I
something.
just remember
Yeah.
Marty on stage saying, "Wow, you really fucked up those Brussels sprouts." And it was my favorite night. And
know-
then we moved that to the end for the other nights of the run. So backstage stuff.
But those are the times, you know what? You have to have those moments because that's what live theater is. I was teaching a lesson today and I was like, listen, honey, you can choose. She said something like, I'm singing perfect instead of special. And I was like, you could sing whatever word you want and everybody will think, hey, Poland. Wow. Hey, girl. How you doing?
It's not Poland.
And everybody's going to think that it's the right word.
Mm-hmm.
So if I was like, if it's supposed to be one I should not think of, keeps rolling through my mind, and I don't want to let that go. I could also sing the one I should not think of, roast pasta in my mind.
Pasta.
I think I like a cup of Joe, and everybody will think,
Cup of Joe.
Okay, first of all, are you a lyricist?
yes, I am.
Good.
I'm a
Second of
lyricist.
all, you need to know that Tim Rice ordered this album and had it mailed to him in England because I was the one who, in addition to everything else I did for the album, I put them all in envelopes, all several thousand of them, and walked them to the post office personally and mailed them all. And so when I got the one from Tim Rice, I had to look it up to see if it was really
I
Tim
remember
Rice.
I remember this.
And it was, because he needed your version of Nobody's Side.
That also blew my mind. Also, hashtag save the post office. Robbie tried
Yes.
with our album. He tried.
And
But
he's still doing it.
But we still need to save the post office. But also, hey, Tim Rice, a pleasure. I love chess. one of my faves. I've also worked with the fellas of ABBA, not to toot my own little horn or anything, but and I just want to say, if you ever wanted to bring it back, maybe we can do a drive-in, drive-through performance. I would lend, we would all be there. The three of us come as a package, and I have some face shields. Okay?
Great.
Yeah. If you want to see one, I can put one on later. So
Whatever.
Well, let's talk about what you're doing during the Coco. Marissa, you have a tie-dye business suddenly.
My
Tell me
sister and I
everything.
we accidentally fell into my most favorite thing right now. We made some tie-dye for ourselves, and we were living, and we posted about it, and a bunch of people asked us for stuff, and we're like, cool. Jessica wants to say something.
I'm just saying it's really good tie-dye. Like it's really good tie-dye.
Where can they get the tie-dye?
Head over to Instagram at the Rosen Rainbow or therosenrainbow@gmail.com, because we have things like masks. We have things like, don't act like I wasn't going to bring it over here, Jessica. You brought me some. We have tank tops.
I love that. That's like, that takes me back to my Lisa Frank Trapper Keeper.
That's exactly. We call this our 90s realness patterns. This is going out to a special human. And today we just like made a bib because why not? Marty. That's
I have this one and this
We've got some of these and these. So if you want some tie-dye, head over to the Rose and Rainbow. We'd love to make it for you.
Oh my God, Marty! It's also a bikini top for your two-top.
Versatile AF.
But also, it's like, it's not just the kind of tie-dye where you're like, I woke up this morning, I'm going to camp, and I'm like, I love to be in the river and like, knock a rock against my leg. It's not like that. It's like a tie-dye where you're like, oh, I actually am very particular about how this tie-dye looks, and it's going to make a really cool pattern, and that's not what you get at camp. You know what I mean?
I'm very thankful. And there's a bunch of people on here. Yes, there have been so many cool, wonderful people that I've gotten to speak to and meet and send shit to, where we sent to Canada and Hawaii and
look at how versatile this is, Marissa.
That is the bikini I have made for Martin Elizabeth.
2 safety protocol Coco Roro masks becomes a sexy bikini top.
And then when you do not want it to be a bikini top anymore, you say free the nip.
Safety first.
So guys, basically what we're trying to tell you is that we haven't done much in the Coco, which has made us very creative.
Yeah. But
correct. You're not wrong. Marty, you're working on something.
Yeah.
I'm a busy bee. I've been recording a lot. I set up a home studio here, and I've been taking Logic lessons and production lessons. I'm releasing a remix album of a song that I released last year, a mashup that I did of I Am What I Am from Lacage and Beautiful by Christina Aguilera, my pride anthem.
It is gorgeous.
It's gorgeous, and I'm doing a remix album of it, and then starting some remixes of Slow Dancing with a Boy, and then a Christmas album.
And everybody can... You're doing a Christmas album?
I'm going to do a Christmas album. I've just started pre-production of it. I'm going to throw in something Hanukkah-ish from my good friend Marissa Rosen.
That's me.
Wow.
Because why not? We've got time to do it.
I can't wait.
I'm thinking of doing a Christmas EP myself of like 3 songs. I think it's time.
What? Seriously? Are you really?
Yeah, I think so, because people have been asking me to put out some Christmas shit, and I've been saying, I don't know, you guys, but I'm also sitting here like just rotating in my favorite pairs of sweatpants. So why not?
Maybe I'll be producing your vocals.
Martin. The answer is yes. Okay.
Let's talk.
What is
the ideas?
Let's talk.
And Jess, you're also recording like a single, right?
Oh yeah. You know what I decided to do, because I debuted what do you call those? Songs that you write yourself.
Right.
An original. If you will. I debuted an original down in Atlanta. I know we all hate when we call it that, but it was hot. All right. And I loved Atlanta, and I did a show at Eddie's Attic, which is a super amazing, famous place. Shout out to Eddie's Attic. You guys are the and hello hello, Netherlands.
They're
Can I
from
come there?
everywhere.
Is anybody other country who wants to marry me? I am a wonderful partner. But also, let me just talk about the single that I want to
confirm. Yes, please.
Thank you. I wrote a song called Fair, and I was so scared. I was shaking in my boots to sing it live for the first time in Atlanta, and it was a really big hit, and everybody loved it. And my brother has a studio at home just a couple blocks south, and he and I have written several songs together, and he's going to help me record this as a single, and we're going to put it out.
Fantastic.
I love that.
And I'm excited and scared, Marissa.
Thank you.
Oh,
because when that was from Into the Woods, everybody. It was novices of the musical theater canon. It is a song
written by Stephen Sondheim, who also wrote Sideshow.
Yep. Which was a pleasure to see. And so that's what's happening. I mean, I've always wanted to put out my original music. I've always been really scared to because I don't know. It's scary, isn't it?
Sure.
It's scary to put out an album as it is, but then it's scary to like put your own shit out
who
there.
you selling?
Yeah. Like enough people judge what I wear on a daily basis and how I do a cat. Marty, please. This is not the time. Okay.
You think it's just me? No, he is an equal opportunity person. He will.
I
Make whatever you want.
understand. He always has been. I would like to take a saltine off of his shirt and eat it.
Meanwhile, fun fact, Marissa and I showed up to your concert at 54 Below, and Marissa and I accidentally dressed identically. Her dress and my shirt were the exact same fabric. I don't know how that happened, but it did.
Yep. It actually, that was amazing. That was amazing, and it shows how kindred and connected you are. Truly. Because that wasn't planned. It wasn't planned.
No, you have to
I
keep
feel
the
like
marriage
this whole
spicy.
I feel like this whole section is called Husbands and Wives.
Yeah.
I want to talk about the other song that they're on, which is later in the album. Maybe we'll play it now while they're here.
Yeah, let's play it now.
Spice it up a little bit.
Because talk about it.
No, you tell me, because you brought this on. We did this in Being Green. You brought it to me. I never heard it before. But
this is
I
the
also
one
want
with
to talk
the parental warning.
That's right.
Explicit. But also because there's a sliver of something else in there. I want to know how it got into the arrangement. So talk.
Well, let me tell you a story.
Great.
For all of you who say like this song is X-rated, I'm an X-rated human. I think we all know it. I'm from New Jersey. I speak with an accent called the word shit usually. Thank you, Marty. Cover it up. Cover it up or you're not getting it. So here's how it went down, right? I love John Bellion, okay? And if he's watching, because I know he's a really huge fan of mine, if he's watching this, I want to say, John, I would kiss you on the mouth right now, and I wouldn't even care. I would question myself after the fact. I'd be like, do I have the cocoa? But for you, John, Jon, no H, I would kiss you right on the mouth. I would, and I'd let it last for 10 seconds. Anyway, moving on. I love him so much, and I love his albums, and I love his music. Look at Marissa laughing at me.
Sorry.
I love you. And I love his music so much. And when I was on tour, I listened to this song called Woke the Fuck Up, his acoustic version. He's got a total album version, which is how do the kids call it? A bop. And it is so good. And then you listen to the, and then you listen to the acoustic version, and it's even more of a, and, well, or for all of us who grew up in the 80s and 90s, it's even a bop.
Come on, Hanson.
Bop, a dab.
Yeah.
Dab.
And so I was like, we have to do this song. Okay. Then we're in Mary Mitchell's basement, which sounds dark and cavernous. It's not. It's just a bi-level home in the beautiful Manhattan city.
It's actually exceptionally fancy.
Exceptionally gorgeous.
Yeah.
So we're like working down there. We're like throwing it out there. Marty and Marissa and myself, we're all singing it. Mary Mitchell's like, let's keep it in this key. Let's keep it really low. Yada, yada, yada. And then Marty Thomas, out of his Scooby-Dooby-Doo butthole, says, doesn't Zombie go with this song? Can't you hear? And that's the part of Marty and I that are tethered souls, because I could walk around and be like, this song goes with that song. And Marty did that. And he was like, don't you guys hear Zombie? Don't you remember that, Marty?
The funniest thing was all I said was, doesn't Zombie go over this? And you immediately just started creating that arrangement. You heard it.
I'm going to say that this was a group effort. This was a team effort. And it wound up going over so smashingly. I will never forget this moment at 54 Below, where we were on stage, and when we were singing it, the first chorus came in, and it was all very legato on piano, and so people thought it was a funny song.
Yeah.
It got the vibe that it was like, we were all like, last night I woke the fuck up. And people were like, ha, 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 oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
And so it took them a minute to get on board, and then the beat came in, and everybody started freaking out. The energy in that room was so Electric Avenue that it was like, you could hear a pin drop, but then afterwards, and when Zombie came in,
forget about it.
Can you even handle it? And if you go to YouTube, the Tube of the U, and you type it in and you watch it, like, you'll see at the end, the three of us are like,
feeling it.
We were so feeling it. Then the song ended, and the vibe of like, we did it. We climbed Mount Everest. We made it to the top. That was the vibe. And like, then it was like, that has to go on the album. It has to go on the album.
It was very like a MTV Unplugged situation. But I also remember like trying to find the right line to go into that song, like one line of patter, so that people wouldn't laugh. And like, I think I got it right on the third night, but it was so hard.
It was hard.
Being Green was really funny. The whole show was really funny. And then we were like, look, here's the left-hand turn into like the serious moment. And you and I we kept like finessing it to find like that perfect segue so that it wouldn't get that laugh. Because that laugh was like a shock laugh. You know what I mean?
A total like weird, should I be laughing? Like it's that uncomfortable laugh where like a comedian makes a bad joke and the people are like,
my life. My entire career.
Well, we also hadn't completely 100% solidified that arrangement. Even when we got to 54, it was like, we're gonna let the energy take this where it needs to go. And Marissa was doing what Marissa does at live gigs, which was like some sort of West Coast gang signal to let us know where we're going with it. She's like, chorus, bridge. We're gonna repeat it. Do it again.
Oh my God. That's so true.
You're not wrong.
She wasn't. You know what it was? It was a very East Coast, West Coast, league of their own, like.
I don't have it.
Oh my God, this makes me so happy. Let's just listen to it.
Fair.
Listen to it.
She gave me a
Take these clothes and rip 'em off. Call these hoes and tip 'em off. You can tell them you are mine. I'm sick of games. No more time, you lit the flame. 'Cause we live in an age where everything is staged and all we do is fake our feelings. I'm so scared to put myself so out there. Time is running out, yeah. Need to let you know that last night I woke the fuck up. Realized I need you here, as desperate as that sounds, yeah, yeah. Last night I woke the fuck up. Realized I need you here, as desperate as that sounds, yeah, yeah. and rip them down. Take my hands and snip them now. I will tell them I am yours, I'm very, very proud. I am forced to give in now. 'Cause we live in an age where everything is staged, and all we do is fake our feelings. I'm so scared to put myself so out there. Time is running out, yeah. Need to let you know. Last night I woke the fuck up. Last night I woke the fuck up. Realized I need you here, as desperate as that sounds, yeah, yeah. Last night I woke the fuck up. Last night I woke the fuck up. I realized I need you here, as desperate as that sounds, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. 'Cause we live in an age where everything is staged, and all we do is fake our feelings. I'm so scared to put myself so out there. Time is running out, yeah. Need to let you know. As desperate as that sounds, yeah, yeah. Last night I woke the fuck up. Last night I woke the fuck up. I realized I need you here, as desperate as that sounds, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. What's in your head? In your head, zombie, zombie, zombie. What's in your head? In your head, zombie, zombie, zombie. Oh, last night I woke the fuck up. I realized I need you here, as desperate as it sounds, yeah. Last night I woke the fuck up. I realized I need you here, as desperate as that sounds, yeah, yeah.
Ugh.
I'm into it.
You're what?
I'm into
Yeah,
it.
it's so good.
That would be one of my favorite songs on the album. I'm not even gonna lie about
That
it.
was going to be a question.
It was. God, it's so good, that song, and also Mary Fana on the cello.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, she's such a good friend for so many years.
Yeah.
Um,
We had an all-star band. Like,
I mean,
all-star.
She was in the
Right,
studio the
string
day
guy.
that Marissa and I came in to
Yeah.
record BGVs. She was there. She's
She is.
awesome. I feel like she's everywhere.
Yeah.
If there's
All the
music happening, you walk
Yeah.
in and, oh, of course you're there, because why wouldn't everyone want her
Well, she's a
involved in
genius.
everything?
She's
This doesn't
Oh,
get any
such a
better than
genius.
her. Doesn't get any
Wait.
better than Mary on cello.
Is it Million Dreams where there's that beautiful cello solo?
Ba, 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 ba. It sounds
that
that
and the It All Fades Away.
Yes.
good. And in Nothing Compares. I mean, she just
Oh yeah, which she wrote her own chart.
charts. Yep.
I remember you in the concert, Jessica, we'd catch you kind of looking over at her because she'd play things that you hadn't quite heard fully until the live show for balance or whatever. And she'd play parts that you'd see you go. It was cool. It was really magical. It was cool.
Yeah, I just
Watching Jess listen to music is one of my favorite things in the world.
I love music so much. I feel it. I always try and explain, like, and of course, we probably all have our own version of how this feels to listen to music, but it's like I just feel that cello or strings, like in my DNA or something. It's the weirdest thing, but like it just makes me like I breathe into whatever it is that's happening and I freak out. Like Marissa and I were up at Mary Mitchell's this weekend, socially distant, and we or this week. I don't know what day it is. It's just not
Time
like,
is no meaning. Why were you there?
schedule is not for me, but we're doing a live show. My first live show is happening. We are filming it August 27th. It's being filmed at Birdland, and it's being filmed with CBC guidelines, and it's socially distant, and it's actually almost an all new set list. We're including some stuff from Wild and Free, but this time we were like, why don't we just add some good old new songs? How's that for an oxymoron? Old new. And we were just up there for the first time since February or March, sitting in a room together making music. And it was like, oh my God, I forget how cool this is. I forget how much just hearing a piano moves me.
Mm-hmm.
Right, Maritz?
Yeah, it was funny. Even Mary Mitchell was like, I didn't know if I remembered how to play piano. And I was like, yeah, okay.
Oh.
She's like,
but
I don't know.
We were like,
you know, you sing for a concert here and this and here, but going through like an entire set list or going through a bunch of songs, you're like, oh, I haven't done this in a moment.
Yeah,
so,
It's been a minute. Let me dust off the cobwebs.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Wow.
Music means so much to me, and I know it means so much to everybody on this call that we're on right now.
The Zooms things.
So I just like Marty and Marissa, you are like there's nobody like you, and you're both so phenomenally talented in your own right, and you bring so much to everything that you do, and people know that, and they can feel it and see it and hear it through your vocals, and you know, and we're all very lucky. I know I'm effing lucky that you did this album with me.
You really are.
I was waiting. I was like, this is too nice of a moment. Marty's gonna ruin it in 3, 2.
Marty, I'm gonna let you as we
we're gonna let Marty go.
But I'm gonna let him, because he's a Celine connoisseur, choose a musical for you to Celine.
Oh God.
Any musical I want.
Go.
Oh, see,
well, let's hope I know it.
The instant musical I would
Doesn't
pick,
matter.
I'm not going to pick because I feel like she might not be able to go off on it appropriately. Because I would pick Bring It On instantly. It's always my go-to.
See,
but
I don't know it.
See, I'm going to choose Oklahoma.
Oh.
And could you give me like a song that we like from Oklahoma?
How about Oklahoma? Yes.
We're going girls sweeping down the plain, where the air touches my feet, and it's so sweet. Oklahoma, where the wind comes sweeping down the plains. I love Oklahoma.
In the style of the N-Geds album.
My God.
That was Chef's Kiss right there.
That's so good.
Marty, Marissa, thank you guys so much for joining us. And thanks for being on the album, because you're spectacular. Go get Marissa's Rainbow, the Rose and Rainbow.
And
go listen to Slow Dancing with a Boy. Marty, I'm going to remove you guys from this because it's becoming crazy.
Thank you.
I love you.
Love you.
I love them so much.
I love you. Okay, here's the thing. There's 900 songs on this album, and we're not going to listen to them all. We don't have the time. We don't have time. You know, there's still 7 songs to go.
Are there really?
Yeah.
Why did I do
there's Chandelier, Nothing Compares, Love Has No Pride, Hold On, Masterpiece, It
So
All Fades Away.
what do we have time to listen to? How many?
So here's what I'm going to say. First of all, you had the most important thing that came out of this was we found out that Fred is a studio dog.
My baby. My
Look
baby.
at him.
Come here, Fred. You want to say hi to everybody? Come here. Come here.
Look at Fred, not caring about anything.
You know what?
You're recording scratch vocals there in this photo.
And he still does not care. Hey,
Nothing.
Fred, do you care about the album? Do you?
No.
Oh, you care about it? Yep.
Not one bit.
Not even one bit?
No. I do want to play for the people just to prove like how lucky I was to be sitting in the studio. I have a little snippet of you recording like live in the studio.
Yeah.
And this was there was no auto-tune on you whatsoever. You just laid down vocals and it was mesmerizing to watch. So I want to show the people this from the studio.
Those who mind don't matter, those who matter don't mind. If you don't catch what I'm throwing, then I'll leave you behind. I'm gone in a flash, and I ain't living like that. You talk that blah, blah, that la, la, that brown rush shit, roll with the punches and take the hits. Sometimes I mess up, I hit and miss, but I'm okay, I'm cool with it. I still fall on my face sometimes, and I can't color inside the lines, 'cause I'm perfectly incomplete. I'm still working on my masterpiece, and I wanna hang with the greats. Got a way to go, but it's worth the wait. No, you haven't seen the best of me. I'm still working on my masterpiece, and
You're a beast. And also the way you just looked at me at the end, like, because I'm truly just like holding the phone, and you just like shot me a look like, was that okay? It was mind blowing. So I needed to like double tap on Masterpiece for everyone. Just it's so good. Here's what we're gonna do. What of the back half of the album, what is your favorite track? That's not Woke the Fuck Up, because we already did it.
I
We'll
think
play yours, we'll play mine. What?
I think mine is Chandelier.
Oh, okay. So let's talk a little bit about Chandelier. Then we're going to talk, we'll talk about the other tracks really quickly. And then we'll play my favorite because it's the last track on the album.
Okay.
So Chandelier is like how everybody in the world discovered you because of that Joe's Pub benefit. Wow.
What do you?
Everybody's a critic, Jess.
Everybody's an effing critic. Yeah, you love it. Bye. Anyway, yeah, get out of town. Anyway, Chandelier. Yeah, I did it randomly at Joe's Pub for yeah, you too. For whatever that night of concerts was. I forget what it was, but
it was a pride thing.
It was a pride thing. It was a pride thing.
Yeah,
and
because you're a gay icon.
Naturally, icon of the gays. Come to me and I will save you from anyone who is not nice. I love that song so much. There's such double meaning in it for me because I've gone through so many difficult times in my life where, you know, we all self-sabotage and we have, you know, toxic relationships and we wind up with just the shit end of the stick, sometimes self-induced. And so I've been there and I know what it feels like. And that's why, you know, you pick yourself back up when you can and you take your power back. I'm very big into that. We all have the ability to take our power back at certain points of our life when we feel the lowest. And Chandelier is that song for me. And so we pared it down on this album, though, to really reflect strings. And like we added such amazing percussive instruments to it. Mm-hmm. Maybe a cajon, maybe a couple of bongos, maybe a cha-cha Rooney Tooney. But it was really delicious. And it on my album, it's one of my favorites. And I just love it so much. And God bless us all.
I love this arrangement. This was also the arrangement that we used in your first show. I Came from Jersey.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
That Mary Mitch did. So here's Chandelier.
Party girls, don't get hurt, can't feel anything when we learn. Push it down, push it down. I'm the one for a good time call, phone's blowing up, ringing my doorbell. I feel the love, I feel the love. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, drink. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, drink. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, drink. Throw 'em back till I lose count. I'm gonna swing from the chandelier, from the chandelier. I'm gonna live like tomorrow doesn't exist, like it doesn't exist. Keep my glass full until morning light, 'cause I'm just holding on for tonight. Help me, I'm holding on for dear life. Won't look down, won't open my eyes. Keep my glass full until morning light, 'cause I'm just holding on for tonight. Sun's up, I'm a mess, gotta get out now, gotta run from this. Here comes the shame, here comes the shame. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, drink. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, drink. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, drink. Throw 'em back till I lose count. I'm gonna swing from the chandelier, from the chandelier. Won't open my eyes. Keep my glass full until morning light, 'cause I'm just holding on for tonight. Help me, I'm holding on for dear life. Won't look down, won't open my eyes. Keep my glass full until morning light, 'cause I'm just holding on for tonight. God, takes me back to making bad choices, but then it also takes me back to making the right one. Making the right one.
When you and I first met through Atlanta's Shadow, and I fell in love with you instantly. I love Atlanta's Shadow so much. Honestly, the last 2 hours have just been a love fest of people that I adore, and so that makes me very happy. But when we met,
Sorry.
you were a guest in her show that I was helping her sort of put together. And I was like, this is a kindred person. And then when I heard you sing Chandelier on the tubes of Use, I said that day, I need to find a way to have this in my ear hole permanently. And that was when the mission to make this album started.
Yeah.
Full stop. Because
Yeah.
I needed to hear Chandelier all the time. And I love when you give me the 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 drink, and then you do one that's off the time that you know I love.
1, 2, 3 drink. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 drink. 1, 2, 3. That part.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know I live for that shit. All right, let's just super quick tap these other songs and talk about why they're here. Because there are people watching from all over the world, and it's like 2 a.m. some places, and we're going to send them to bed.
Thank you.
God bless. All right, let's talk about Nothing Compares to You by Prince.
By Prince, done by Sinead O'Connor. We all know and love it. It's become, actually is a contender for favorite song on the album. Vulnerable, raw. We used barely any autotune on the album, if any, because I don't like autotune. I'd rather do it 100 times until I get a good take before I autotune. It's just my preference. I don't, it just is what it is.
No shade to those people, but yeah.
Yeah, no tea, no shade. And that song, it was just so simply done. We did it in Being Green, right?
Yeah, it was in Being Green.
And subsequently I've done it, several times in concert, and it's just visceral and raw. And I did it probably most recently at Jason Robert Brown's Subculture show. We just did a very cool version with Todd Reynolds on violin, and would just slay my life.
Mary on cello, like
and it's Mary on cello on the album. It's such a beautiful song, and very few know that Prince wrote it, honestly, in his canon of music. So again, just in love with it.
Me too. Then Love Has No Pride, which was one of the songs that very last minute you were like, P.S. putting this on the album. I had never heard the song before.
Yeah, I'd only heard it. I've been a huge fan of the song. Crosby, Stills, Nash did it with Bonnie Raitt. It's a Bonnie Raitt song, and they did it together live. And I saw a video of it live, and I was like, somebody help me live. And then I subsequently became friends with Alison Krauss. Sorry, dropped a name there. Let me go grab it out of my sleeve. Thank you so much. Thanks, Puerto and I was visiting her in Nashville, and we were sitting in her kitchen, and she was like, you need to do Love Has No Pride. And so when she says something, I do what she says, because I think that she's Jesus. That's just what I think. I think that she's Jesus. So that's why the album, the song is on the album. And it's another Mary Mitchell and duet, for lack of a word. She's so good.
Yeah. Well, when it's the two of you, it's a duet.
Truly.
You and MMC. Hold On and Masterpiece together, they were like a Rubik's Cube that we did in You Asked for It, the Joe's Pub show, which was the craziest. It's honestly my favorite of the 3 shows we've done together, because it was so stupid. It should be called Robbie Wants to Hear These Songs.
And it should be called Jessica Loves Gay People. That's what it should be called.
Yeah. Well, it was an amazing race episode for you to become a gay icon in 70 minutes or less.
A true story.
And so I was on a microphone just throwing tasks at you, and you would sing through the stuff. But Hold On was around the time when all those concerts were happening.
Yeah.
Secret Garden.
And Secret Garden freak. We all know this. I love the Secret Garden.
Yeah.
I just do. I just do. It's one of my favorite cast albums. It's one of my favorite Broadway musicals in general. We all know that I adore Rebecca Luker beyond imagination. And I used to listen to that cast album cassette tape, in my bedroom when I was a kid, and just be like, clusters of crackers, over and over again. And so Hold On is like a jam from that album. And the cool thing about the Joe's Pub show is that we ended Hold On, right?
And it went right into.
And went directly into Masterpiece.
It went. So how does Hold On end?
Exactly. That's exactly correct. I don't know.
Up above and down below, and just when you see a man
I don't know why.
Hold on, like big high note, right? Hold on, whatever it is.
Why do I keep wanting to be like, let the storm rage in, the cold never bothered me anyway.
Different show.
What pressure.
Right. And then like the music just changed and went boom, dun, dun, dun,
yeah.
dun.
But how
there
did
was no applause break.
I'm gonna be upset if we can't figure it out.
Child, oh child.
What you do then is remember. Oh, it's a storm not here.
The sound of blow. Dun, 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 boom, dun.
Yeah.
Dun, dun. And it was really like a storytelling moment in the concert. I had never heard the Jessie J song before, Masterpiece. It is my second favorite song on the record.
No shit.
It's so good. Yeah. And also, we recorded the backups for Masterpiece at Kilgore Studios. It was the one day we couldn't go to
Yellow Sound. And Kilgore also my favorite studio.
John Kilgore.
Yep.
So we went there and I watched you make up harmonies for yourself on the spot.
Yep.
Mind-blowing.
Oh.
It was. Hold On is on YouTube, I think, that from our concert. And Masterpiece, I think, is too. So if you watch those together, guys, that's just
have a great time.
That's a backstage story for you. And then my favorite song on the record is the final song on the record. It's true. I wanted you to sing it.
Yes.
Which is how most of our concerts are. And it was for Being Green, and I knew that it would end with It All Fades Away because Being Green was you saying goodbye to the tour, but it was about a thank you to all the fans, everybody you met at every stage door, and because this album funded in 3 days, it was wild.
I could still cry about that, quite frankly. I really could.
So, to this day, mind-blowing. So I just wanted to hear you sing it, and listen, listeners, I just wanted to hear her belt the vocalese in the center. That's why. That's the whole reason. Truly, I'm not that deep.
Do you know what?
I'm deep.
You're honest. You said what you wanted, and it became. You put it into. You secreted it, and here it is.
We're gonna play it, and then we'll say goodbye. So here's it all.
Am I taking up too much time? Like, am I taking up too much time?
No, you're perfect.
Okay.
Your phone is like dead. I'm sure, but you're perfect.
Okay.
There was something in a desert. There was someplace wild and green. And a child in a village I passed through. There are places I have traveled, and so many things I've seen, and it all fades away. But you... I was sliding down a mountain. I was burning in the sun. I was crying with amazement at the view. I was capturing a moment, but when all is said and done, well, it all fades away. But it all fades away. It all fades away. It all fades away. have sailed across the oceans, past the cities and the farms, on a never-ending quest for something new. And the only things that mattered were the 4 days in your arms, 'cause it all fades away but you. It all fades away. It all fades away. It all fades away but you. Cannot be torn apart. There is one thing that remains forever true. Past the thinking, past the breathing, past the beating of my heart, it will all fade away but you. It all fades away. It all fades away. It all fades away but you. It all fades away. It all fades away. It all fades away but you. But you. But you.
Try
Oh,
not to get
man.
emotional.
That song is so effing good.
It's so good.
Jason Brown.
Heard of him. Wrote your liner notes. Well, one set of liner notes. There's two in the album.
Yeah.
Curtis Wong.
Yeah.
We should actually, I'm going to,
Amazing. Curtis also. Thank you, Curtis.
everybody who worked on this album, because they all deserve shouting out. The photos.
Look at that. Look at all our people.
All people we love. So grateful to every single human. Cam Monker.
Cam,
Nick Connors. Yeah. It was a dream. Making this record was a dream.
Yeah, it was. It really was.
Tell everybody where the title comes from.
No, Robbie. No, Robbie. I want you to tell everybody where the title comes from.
Okay. So, in the song we just heard, It All Fades Away, which is my favorite song from the Bridges of Madison County, a show that you were in. He sings, there was something in a desert, there was someplace wild and free, green. It's a misheard lyric. I heard wild and free, and and I said, we should call the album Wild and Free, from Bridges of Madison County, and you said, that's not in Bridges. I like the title.
Sounds good. Where is it actually from, though?
So I sang that, and you were like, no, it's green.
See, good ideas are born out of Defukwa.
Stupidity.
Yeah. Thank God.
Dumbness.
Thank God, Robbie.
Thank God for you. You know?
You know what? No, thank God for
Guess
us. Thank God for us. Thank God for our amazing fans
Mm-hmm.
who literally made this.
Yeah.
Thank God for everybody who worked on the album. Thank God for this sunlight where I found my light, you know?
Look at it. Suddenly, it's there. Just like a godlight.
It is. It's like, hey guys, who wants to be in Funny Girl?
You, Marisa Martinez. I'm thinking Jordan Matthew Brown would be a great Eddie Ryan. I don't know Funny Girl.
Oh,
Yeah, I would like to direct it. Thank you. That's what I do.
that's what you do.
I'm okay at it.
For God's sake.
I love you.
I love
2
you.
years. 2 years ago. I'm so sorry, guys, that this went on for 100 years. But you know why it did? Because we haven't seen each other since November.
How long was it
December.
supposed to go on?
Oh, like an hour and a half. I don't care.
Okay, all right.
It was my favorite day of the year.
God. Oh, thank God.
Well,
okay.
my second favorite day, because my first favorite day was releasing this.
Oh, snap.
Yeah.
Wait. Oh, my
Oh, you put it away. Meow! Buy my record.
Yeah, buy your
stream my
record. I mean, not you buy it. Everybody buy it.
Sure. Yeah, that's good. Jess, thank you so much.
I'm so happy that we got to do this. Thank you,
Me
everybody,
too.
for hanging in there, listening, watching.
And it's capping off 5 years that we worked together.
Holy
Isn't that
crap.
wild? I know.
It's wild
Yeah.
and free.
Well, I would say it's free and wild. All right, say goodbye to the people.
Oh, wait,
I love you
I
guys.
love you guys.
Register to vote.
Oh, register to vote, you guys. Honestly, please. I know that this is the strangest year, but it's going to make history. We need to change our administration. We need to change our country. We need to all work together for the betterment of America. And we all need to be able to vacation again outside of America.
Wear a mask.
Wear a mask.
Register to vote. Thank you, Jess. Thank you, Fred. Thank you, Marty and Marissa.
Thank you, Marty and Marissa.
MMC.
Thank you, Broadway Records.
And we will see you all very soon. Bye. No, that's not on this record. Thank you. That's